Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the Watchman on the wall. Your Watchman, Israel. Israel. It is our Sabbath. Sons and daughters of Zion, grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Now that being said, we're going to go forward into our teaching tonight. Got a wonderful teaching. It's going to be sort of like an extension from our midweek teaching, a teaching of encouragement because of the things that have transpired. One might think, that the Most High word is not going to come to pass. But my brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you that the word of the Most High is going to stand. No matter what transpires, no matter how you may feel, no matter how things may look, the Most High's word is true, and it will never change. Now that being said, let us go into our teaching. And I'm going to show you in God's holy word that he does not change. God is the ultimate supreme ruler. Whatever he says, that's the way it's going to be. And my brothers and sisters, don't be discouraged by what you may have seen or even what you may be hearing. As I stated in one of my other videos, I don't know the same. I don't know the day that the Most High is coming back. I don't. But this I do know. As I said in my other video, that he showed me back in 1990, I think it was 96, I got it in my journal. He showed me the day when he came back. So I know that I will witness him coming back. So all of you that are listening to me, don't be disturbed by anything. Just hold fast to the word of the Most High. And if you believe these scriptures that I'm going to show you tonight, you have nothing to worry about. Just continue living your life and just wait on the Most High, because he's coming. It has to be the right time, and I'm gonna show you in his word that it has to be. He's not gonna come because one may be crying or one may be upset. No. None of that is gonna change the day that he's gonna come back. Neither is gonna make him come back any earlier. So all we gotta do is just stay with the script and look at his word and see what he says. Now, let us go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah, the 40th chapter. And we're just going to pick up one scripture out of there that the Rev talked about in our Wednesday teaching. And then we're going to go forward. Okay? Now, let's look at Isaiah chapter 40. Let's look at verse 8. It says, "But the grass withers and the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever." See that? The word of our God, it's going to stand forever. See, so that being said, one has to come back and look at this word. Don't be alarmed by what you seeing out of these right here. That's what's transpiring out there. Don't be concerned about that. Even though I know that these things are happening, I deal with them too. But I have to look back at the word of the Most High. That is our only hope, and our salvation is what the Most High have said concerning us. Now, let us go here a little further. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Now, watch here, my brothers and sisters. It's all about the word. It's all about God and his word. All right? Let's look at Jeremiah 31. Let's look at verse 33. Look what it says. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If these ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. See that? Now, granted, now he's talking about a nation, one nation. He's talking about Levi here. But remember I told you guys over here in Jeremiah, where he says that after he finished, dealing with Levi and which is the house of Israel and Judah, then he gonna come back and he gonna bring all the other families in. But he gotta first deal with them. Now, my brothers and sisters, he said before Levi, talking about the children of Israel, be altogether cease, all that up there, he'll get rid of all that first. But remember now, I told you that he says he's going to bring all the rest of the families of Israel in. So all of those, Gad, Simeon, Reuben, Zebulun, all those, he gonna bring those in after he finished with Judah and the house of Israel. And that is the Levites, the priests. Now, you see here, he says they're not going to ever cease. So, my brothers and sisters, you're not going to ever cease. Whether you are of the tribe of Gad, or Simeon, Levi, Simeon, Naphtali, Manasseh, any of those tribes, you're not going to cease from living either. He's going to bring all the other families in. So, whatever transpires, it doesn't matter. He's coming back for his people. Now let's go here a little further now. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go next door to Ezekiel. Which one I want? Ezekiel 30. I want Ezekiel 36. Let's look at that. Ezekiel 36, we're going to do from 22 down to 28. Now look what it says here. He says, 36, yeah, 36, okay, 22, he says, but I had, therefore, saith the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my own, for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathens, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathens shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathens and gather you out of the countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water on you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I clean you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put in you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit, within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave unto your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. There again, he's talking about his people. All right. See, so God's word is sure. God's word is going to stand. Now, he delivered our ancestors all through when he brought them out of Egypt. Everywhere they went, he was with them and he delivered them. My brothers and sisters, the Most High does not change. He does not change. He does not change his ways of operation, especially with his people. He promised you that he's coming back to deliver you. You just have to wait. You have to wait patiently. I mean, I know that it may be hard. Like I said in our midweek teaching, I'm not going to rehash anything and keep on bringing stuff back to you. No, that's Christianity. I'm I'm giving you something, bits and pieces of new information every time I come. See, this is not no stories about this and a story about that, every week it's the same old. No. That's not how we do things here. Like I said, this here is words of encouragement to keep you strong, to keep your mind focused on what the Most High says. You can't be moved by what you see. Remember, he says, my ways are not your ways. Even though one may say, well, I'm tired. Yes, I'm tired too. But we got to keep on going. We got to keep on pushing. We can't stop. Now let's keep on going now. We're in Ezekiel 36 here. I read enough of that. Now let's go back to Jeremiah 32. Let's go back to Jeremiah 32. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. We're gonna look at something here. In Jeremiah 32. It's all about the Most High's word. It's what the Most High says. We're in 32. Let's look at verses 37. 37 down to 42. Let's look at 37 down to 42. It says, behold, I will gather them out of all the countries where I've driven them, in my anger, and in my fury, and my great wrath, and I will bring them again into this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them. See that? Not the whole world. He said that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. See that? That's what I'm talking about. His love and his word. Now we're going to show you here about the Most High word. Let's go to Deuteronomy. See, because it's all about the word. Deuteronomy 6. Let's look at that one. Chapter 6. Let's look at verses 5 here, 5 and 6. And look what he says here. He says, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words, see what I'm saying? These words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thy heart. Not just go in your ears, but these words should be in your heart. See that? That's why I'm telling you that I said it, those that are the true people, the word is in your DNA. You just don't know that it's there. But it's there. Because it was taught to your ancestors. And they handed on down. But then, like when they kill off the elders, then it will stop handing down. But it's still in your DNA. Now let's go a little further. See, because one has to realize that when the word of the Most High is in you, you are forever. You are eternal. You are not going to ever, you may die. I mean, it's for this body, but the real you will never die. Never. See, so one does not have to fear about closing his eyes. He does not. Because the Most High, the real you, he's going to keep that. He's going to keep that. That's reserved. And I'm going to show you. Now let's go here a little further here. We're in Isaiah, what did I say we was going to? Deuteronomy chapter 5, chapter 6, and we read that. Okay, let's go next door to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Now let's go there. We're going to look at something else here now. 11, let's look at verses, what I want here, Okay, let's look at verse 18. So therefore ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your head, that they may be as faultless between your eyes. See that? It's all about the word. You keep this word, and I'm telling you, you ain't worry about nothing. I don't care what comes. Just hold on to this word. Hold on to the teaching that you're getting. Hold on to the Most High's word. That's all. I don't care what happens. Don't you concern yourself about that. See, because in the end, you're going to win. Just remember, just hold on to the Most High's word now. Let's go a little further. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30, because we're going to keep on going. Chapter 30. Let's read him verse 11 through 14. Look what he says here. He says, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us to bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh in thee, and in thy mouth, and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. I told you it's right there. It's in you. It's in you. All of you Hebrew Israelites that are out there, let me tell you, the word is in you. All you got to do is just hear this word, and this word will ignite, it will agitate that word that's in your DNA, and you will know who you are. It's right here. And see, this is where Jesus got it from. The one that wrote the New Testament, this is where they got it from, and they wrote it over there in Romans 10, in 10 and 6. Y'all go read it sometime in your spare time. But everything over here, he stole it. And wrote it over there for them people over there, and they ain't got no hope. And don't even realize it. Israel, he told them, the word is already in you. Already in you. Huh? You ain't worry about going nowhere, going here, going there. No. It's already there. All you got to do is start hearing it. Right in the pages. Now, let's go here a little further now. Let's go to Psalms. I'm going to go to Psalms 37. Let's go to Psalms 37 real quick. Let's go to my brothers and sisters. Psalm 37. Let's go there. Psalm 37. Psalms 37. We get there. The pages can stay now. We get there. Psalm 37. Psalm 37. Let's read verses 30 and 31. Let's read that. It says, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and the tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. Look at that. It's right in the pages. Now look what it says now. It's right here. It says, none of his steps shall slide. It's right here. I told you. You don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about what has transpired today. I'm telling you. I keep stressing it. This here is not Christianity. This is the real deal. The Most High does not set you up for a fall. You'll never fail. It may look like it, but you will never fail. Now let's keep on going now. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs, see, because it's all about his word. We need to ignite that word inside you. Whatever, wake it up. Wake it up where it will bring life into you, and then you will see the Most High at work. Don't. I keep telling you, everything that goes on, the Most High knows about it. He's in control. He's not asleep. He tell you that he never slumbers or sleep. He knows exactly what's going on. And as I told you guys here, you guys that have been with us sometime, back in 90, 93, I was down in my basement praying. And the thing about it, I think it was this same Bible here, the same Bible I got here. It's like it's got to be at least 23 years old. Got to be. But anyway, I was down in my basement, praying to him, talking to him, and I asked him something, and he answered me, but I was not looking for that answer. I wasn't. But anyway, he told me to turn the pages, close my eyes, and turn the pages. So I closed my eyes and turned the pages. He said, stop. And when I stopped, he said, open your eyes. And the words leaped about the page and went inside me. The words did. The O's was that big around, big as oranges. The R's and everything, I mean, all those words, all those letters were this big around here. And I dropped the Bible and ran up out of my basement because I never experienced anything like that. But this was way back in 93. And see, my brothers and sisters, I never forget it. He put his word in me. And at the time, my mind was confused because it was supernatural. I did not understand that. Even today, some things he does with me and to me, I don't understand. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. We in Proverbs 7. Let's read verses 1, 2, and 3. It says, "My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as an apple of that eye. Bind them up upon thy finger, write them upon a tablet of thine heart." See that? It's all about keeping his word. You keep the Most High's word, it's going to stand. No matter what you go up against, it's going to stand. Now, granted, one does not want to go through any pain and have conflict and whatnot. But look, that's a part of our life itself. You're going to have bad times. You can have good times. You can't have good times without having bad times. But most of us does not want to have bad times. We don't. We want everything to be a bed of roses. But anyone that have lived any time on this plot of dirt of the Most Highs knows that you can have both of them. So one has to realize that disappointment is going to come sometime. But that doesn't mean that that's the end of the story. Just because you have disappointment and setback, that don't mean nothing. That's just a part of it. Because the Most High is going to bring you through on the other end. All you got to do is just wait. He said, those that wait upon the Lord shall not be ashamed. Just wait. Now let's keep on going now. Let's go back to Jeremiah. Let's look at Jeremiah. Well, we already read Jeremiah. Let's go to Psalms 40. Let's go there. Let's go next door to Psalms 40 and then look at a few scriptures in there. Now, this is a psalmist that David wrote now. And I know a lot of Christians, they read this because they don't know the Bible. They don't know how to read, and Most High have not given them any insight. They want to say that this is Jesus. And my brothers and sisters, that could be further from the truth. And look what it says here. It says, "I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry." This is King David. Now look what he says. "He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, and out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my going. And he has put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turneth aside to lies. Many, O Lord my God, are they wonderful works which thou hast done, and thy thoughts which are to usward, they cannot be reckoned upon in order unto me. If I would declare to speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Now let's go here a little further. How far do I want to go? We're going to go down to verse 8. He says, sacrifices and offerings thou didst not desire. Mine ears hast thou opened. Burnt offerings and sin offerings hast thou not required. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me, I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart. This is King David, not Jesus. But many will say, well, this is Jesus because he's talking to coming in the Bible. No, it's not. This is King David. Jesus would have to write this in order for it to be Jesus. Now we're gonna go a little further. I'm not gonna spend any more time on that. Now let's go to 2 Chronicles, because we're dealing with the word here of the Most High. We're dealing with the word of the Most High. We're going to 2 Chronicles chapter 12. Now let's look at a few verses in it, and then we're gonna keep on going. All right, now. We are in 2 Chronicles chapter 12. Let's read verses. We're going to read a couple of verses out of here. Let's read verses. Let's read verses 12 and 12, 13 and 14. It says, and when he humbled himself, the wrath of the Lord turned from him, that he would not destroy him altogether. And also in Judah things went well. So King Rehoboam strengthened himself in Jerusalem and reigned, for Rehoboam was 140 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother name was Naamah and Amorite. Okay, and he did evil because he prepared not his heart to seek the Lord. See that? He didn't prepare his heart to seek the Lord. But let's keep on going. Now I'm going to show you something here, because let's go to Ezra. Let's go to Ezra here. Let's go to Ezra. Ezra 7. Now let's look at this right here. Ezra 7. We're going to keep on going. Ezra 7. I cannot pronounce all these names here. I'm not even trying to pronounce them, but you guys can pronounce them. Who can pronounce these words? Now I want you to start at verse 1, and then you come on down, and I'm gonna start at verse 6, but you guys start at verse 1 and come on down. All right, now I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, this Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was a ready scribe in the law of Moses, which the Lord God of Israel had given, and the king granted him all his requests according to the hand of the Lord his God upon him. And there went up some of the children of Israel, and of the priests, and of the Levites, and of the singers, and of the porters, and of the Nephilims unto Jerusalem in the 7th year of Artaxerxes the king. And he came to Jerusalem in the 5th month, which was the 7th year of the king. For upon the first day of the 1st month began he to go up from Babylon, and on the first day of the 5th month came he to Jerusalem, according to the good hand of his God upon him. And Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the Lord, seek the law of the Lord, and to do it, and to teach Israel statutes and judgments. See that? It's all about the word. You have to see, like, this is what we're trying to do now. I'm trying to get you guys to agitate that word that's down inside you, because I know that it's kind of tough now because of what we see going on around, but we cannot leave the word of the Most High. You can't. If you trust him, you got to stick with his word. You got to prepare your hearts. Every time you come to the video or to our Sabbath teaching, prepare your heart to receive the word, because that's the only way we're going to stand. See, I know that there's many of them out there, they want to give up, but you can't. And I will never put that in your mind. Never try to encourage you. Don't ever let that thought come across your mind about giving up. Never. Don't ever think about that. Now let's go on now, because I want you to prepare your heart to receive the word of the Most High. Now let's go here a little further. Now let's go to Ezekiel. Now let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Now we're gonna look at Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. We're going to look at that, because it's all about the word. Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. Let's look here at this. What I want now. Let's look at verses 9 and 10. It says here, as an admit herder, then fifth flint have I made thy forehead. See that he's telling him to make his head hard like a flint. He said, fear them not, neither be dismayed at their look, though they be a rebellious house. Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart, and hear in thine ear. Most I want you to hear his word. He wants you to receive his word. Like I say, my brothers and sisters, this is not Christianity. This is the real deal. The Most High wants you to receive his word. Now let's keep on going now. Let's go here to Nehemiah. Let's go to Nehemiah here. Let's go to Nehemiah. Let's go back here a little bit. We'll get it here in a minute. Nehemiah, the 9th chapter. Now let's look at something here. Nehemiah 9, let's look at verses 5 and 6. Now look what it says here. It says, well, you guys can start up at the top and just read on down, but for time's sake, I'm going to start down here at verses, well, I might as well go and start up here at the verse 1. It says, now in the 24th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting and with sackcloth and the earth upon them, and the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers, and stood and confessed their sins and their iniquity of their fathers, and they stood up in the place and read in the book of the law of the Lord their God 1/4 part of the day, and another 4th part they confessed and worshiped the Lord their God. Then stood up upon the stairs of the Levites Joashua and Ben-Nai, Ken-Meal, Sebi-A-Naha, Benai, Shei-Beha, Benai, and Chen-A-Na, and cried with a loud voice. Now, I know I'm not probably pronouncing those names right, but all you guys that can read, you know what I'm saying here. He said, with a loud voice unto the Lord their God, and the Levites, and all these names again, and I'm gonna just bypass them. He says, the latter part of that, and said, stand up and bless the Lord your God forever and ever, and blessed be that glorious name which is exalted above all, bless and praise. Now he says, thou art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the heavens of heavens with all their hosts, the earth and all that are therein, the sea and all that is therein, and thou preservest them all, and the hosts of heaven worship thee. Now, we see here now that the Most High name is exalted above every other name. Now, ain't that right? It's right in the pages. Now, let's go here a little further now to show you guys. Let's go to the book of Philippians. Let's go to their book. Let's go to the book of Philippians. Now, let's look at what I want. Philippians 2, let's look at verses 9. Philippians 2 and 9. It says, wherefore God has also highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. How can that be? I just read to you over in the Old Testament that the Most High name is exalted above every name. But here you see that, I stress it in all the videos that Lucifer, aka Jesus, he always exalts himself above the Most High. All through the pages of New Testament. Everything that he does, he does it to diminish the authority of the Most High. Now here he said that God never gave him no damn name that is above his name. Never. Now look what he says, him. That the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow of things in heaven. That means that the Most High has to bow to Jesus. That'll never happen. That will never happen. But see, when one does not look at it, with the eye of the Most High showing you, then you won't see it. And I was taught this in Christianity. I was in Christianity for over almost 20 years or better. But anyway, let's keep on going. Now let's go back over to the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go over here to the book of Deuteronomy. Now let's look at something here. Let's go there. Deuteronomy. Let's look at verse 32. Deuteronomy 32. 32:40. That's what I want. 32:40. Now let's look at the video. Now he says, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. See that? That's the Most High. Nobody else. But now let's back up and read verse 39 and 40. It says, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. Neither is there any that can to live out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. Huh? That's the Most High. Now let's keep on going. We got a few more here. Let's look at Deuteronomy 33:27. Let's go look at that. 33:27. Look for that. Now it says, the eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. That's the everlasting God. Jesus ain't never told nobody to destroy nothing. Never. Not one time. But here you see the Most High. That's how he did. That's how he rolls. See, he do both of them. That's right. Now let's keep on going. Let's go to Psalms 47. Let's keep on going. Let's go to Psalm 47. Now watch this, my brothers and sisters. Psalm 47. Now watch this. Okay, we're going to look at 1 through 9. Let's read that now. It says, oh, clap your hands, all ye people, and shout unto God with the voice of a trumpet. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. King now, over all the earth. He said, he shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the ecclesia of Jacob, whom he loved. God is gone up with a shout. The Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God. Sing praise and sing praise unto our King. Sing praise. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praise with understanding. God reigneth over the heathen. See that? Understand that God reigneth over the heathen. God sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The prince of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham. For the shield of the earth belongeth unto God. He is greatly exalted. See that? Nobody but the Most High. That's why I tell you, whatever transpires, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's doing it all. He's in control. Even though it's not what we wanted. And like I said earlier, just because that's something that we didn't want, that's not going to make him change it. He's running the show. Now let's keep on going here. Let's keep on going. We at Psalms 47. Let's go over to the next page. Let's do Psalm 48. Let's look at that real quick. We're going to read from 8 to 14. Now look what it says. It says, as we have heard, so have we seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God. God will establish it forever. Selah, we have thought of thy loving kindness, O God, in the midst of thy temple. According to thy name, O God, so is thy praise unto the ends of the earth. Thy right hand is full of righteousness. Let Mount Zion rejoice. Let the daughter of Judah be glad because of thy judgment. Walk about Zion and go round about her. Tell the towns thereof. Mark ye well her bulwarks, consider her palaces, that ye may tell it to the generation following. For this God is our God forever and ever. He will be our guide even unto death. See that? He is nobody else's God but ours. Nobody, even unto death. Even unto death. It's not over. It's not over. And see, one thinking, like, what, dying is a bad thing? No. He told Moses, told all of them, you're going to go and sleep with your fathers. Even though your body is all ate up, you know what I mean? All you're doing is sleeping. The real you was sleeping. Now let's keep on going. We're going to go a little further here. We're at Psalms 48. Now let's go to Job 19. Let's go to Job 19 here. Very familiar passage that we talked about here. Said a little bit of it on our midweek teaching. So now let's look at Job here, the 19th chapter. It says here, where I want to start at? Let's start at 23. It says, oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book. That they were graven with an iron pen and laid in the rocks forever. In the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth. This is Job talking back there. He said, I know my Redeemer is living. He ain't talking about Jesus. He's talking about the Most High. He said, I know my Redeemer liveth. He ain't worrying about nothing. Look what he says. He says, I know my Redeemer liveth, and that he, not we, he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroyed this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Right in the pages. Right in the pages. He never mentioned Jesus' name at any time. Even when he said my Redeemer, he wasn't talking about you. You see, he was talking about the Most High. Whom, verse 27, whom I shall see for myself with my own eyes shall behold, and not another. Though my ruins be consumed within me. I'm going to see the Most High, my own self. He is my Redeemer. See that? We have to hold fast to the Most High's word. No matter what we see coming after us, no matter what the challenges might be, we have to look at the Most High. Do you guys remember when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they was put in the fire furnace? They said, even though if it don't deliver us, we ain't gonna bow down to you. Because why? They knew that dying was only like going to sleep. It wasn't no big thing. But see, to the king thought it was a big thing to him that he was putting. No. Even though if he don't, we know he can. We know he can. So whatever you want to be, let it be. Now let's keep on going here. Let's look at let's look at Jeremiah 31. Now watch this, my brothers and sisters. Watch this right here. Jeremiah 31. See, when you got the word of the Most High in you, the Most High will never forget you. You ain't worry about it. The word is in your DNA. He will never forget you. Never. Now let's look at Jeremiah 31. Let's look at verses what I want. Jeremiah 31. Let's look at verse 3. He says, "For the Lord has appeared." Well, let's read from verse 1. Let's read verses 1, 2, and 3. We in chapter 31. He said, "At the same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel." See that? I told you. It's right there. All the families. He said of all of them, and they shall be my people. That includes Gad, Simeon, Reuben, Dan, Naphtali, all of them, bring them all in. I'm all of them, God now. He said, "Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest." He says, "The Lord has appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee." In other words, do you know what everlasting is? Ain't no end to it. There is no end. I'ma always love you. See, so no matter what you're going through, that still does not mean that he does not love you. I mean, if any one of you guys have a child may do something that you don't like, and you may punish him. But that doesn't mean that you don't love the child. No, it does not. As a matter of fact, that means that you love that child, and you want to see that child grow up, and then make good decisions. But because one goes through trouble and pain and whatnot, that doesn't mean God doesn't love you. I remember, coming up when I was coming up, different ones, said to me, when I think I said this in one of my other videos, but the Most High was dealing with me. I mean, he was doing things, to get me to this point where I am today. And God don't like you. But see, that couldn't be further from the truth. And like I said, if one saw how the Most High, and I read to you guys over there how the Most High buffered Job, and how he took all his children from him, all these things he did to him, one would say, "Well, God doesn't love you." As a matter of fact, his so-called friends say that he had done something wrong. It's right in the pages. It happens to individuals that the Most High have chosen to use. These things are going to happen to you. And folk going to say the same thing. God don't love you. But that couldn't be further from the truth, my brothers and sisters. Now let's keep on going. Let's look at Isaiah 41. Let's go to Isaiah 41 real quick. Isaiah 41, let's look at verse 4. It says, Isaiah 41:4, it says, y'all can start at verse 1 and read on down, but I'm just going to pick out a few verses and we're going to move on. Isaiah 41:4 says, "Who has wrote and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, the Lord, the first and the last. I am he. Huh? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's keep on going. The Most High said, I'm the first and the last. Huh? Now let's do it again. Let's go to Isaiah 44. Let's look at verse 6. Look what it says here. It says, thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. I am the first, and I am the last, and besides me, there is no God. Right in the pages. Now let's go over here to Revelations. Now I'm gonna show you guys something here. Now, somebody lying. Somebody lying now. Now let's look at this. Revelation 22. Let's look at verses. Let's look at Revelation 22:13. Look what he says. Now this is in red writing, so this is Jesus talking. Now let's read 12:2. He says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. My sister and brother, somebody lying. Somebody lying. Now, guess who's lying? Jesus is. Because you can't take what was in the beginning and then let the tail end be over the beginning. That doesn't make any sense at all. This it was first. The Old Testament was first. But now somebody come back and write another book and add on and attach it to this Old Testament, and then change it and say, well, I'm the first and the last. How can that be? And he tells you explicitly, there is no God beside me. There ain't none. Now let's go a little further here. Let's go to Isaiah 40. Let's look at that one. Watch it, my brothers and sisters. Right in the pages. Isaiah chapter 40. That's the one I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. Isaiah 40. Let's look at verse 28. He says, hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, see that? Everlasting. Now look what he says. The Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not. I'm talking about the everlasting God. The God that was before time. Even goes past time. I'm still there. When time runs out, I go beyond that. That's the God of the Hebrew Israelites. Now, my brothers and sisters, I know that this inauguration took place today and whatnot, and I don't know. All I can tell you, my brothers and sisters, is what the Most High gives me. I mean, I can't tell you anything else, and I won't tell you anything else. I mean, I thought, that in Daniel it talks about these kingdoms and whatnot, and the one that is mixed down in from the thighs on down, that is a description of America. But my brothers and sisters, it just hasn't transpired yet. I mean, I don't know when it's going to transpire. I don't. But all I know that the Most High is going to come back for his children, and those that have oppressed them, he will destroy them. He is going to destroy them. Now, we know that the Most High does not change. He does not change. He's still the same God that he was when he brought my ancestors and your ancestors up out of Egypt. He's still the same God, even to this day. Now I'm going to show you something here. And these are my last words on this subject. Let's go to Exodus 12. Let's go to Exodus 12. Now let's look at something here. Exodus chapter 12. Now let's look at verses 50 and 51. You guys can read it all if you want to. But I'm just gonna read verse 50 and 51. I'm just gonna give you a general idea. I'm gonna give you a picture of what I'm talking about. He said, "Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And it came to pass, the self same day, that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies." Now, self same day. Not a minute before, not a minute after. He has a specific time. Like I told you guys on last week, when you look around, there's numbers everywhere. And Ecclesiastes tell you about there's a time for everything. But my brothers and sisters, there is going to be a time, and that I believe real soon that the Most High is going to change all this stuff around. But my brothers and sisters, I don't know when, but I believe this. And all I could do is give you the word of the Most High. I don't want to give you my opinion, but looking at the way things are and the way that I'm reading the scriptures, my brothers and sisters, I mean, this cannot continue on and on. It can't. Now I know that we don't have the exact numbers from our plight from our homeland to where we are now. We don't have the numbers. Some say that we are over 430. You know, some saying that we right at 430. My brothers and sisters, we cannot be over 430, because then what I just read to you would be a lie. If we're over our 430, then Exodus 12:51 is you'd have to say that it's a lie, because God doesn't change. But my brothers and sisters, we wish that this had been, some encouraging words, and as I say, hold on to these words that we have given you. These are the words of the Most High. They are not ours. These are the words of the Most High. These are the words that He promised His people. I can't make you any promises. All I can do is give you His promises, and you take those and you put them in your heart. Believe Him, trust Him, no matter what you may see. Because, as I said, we know things, times are changing, and things going to get harder and harder. That's just a part of the game. But that doesn't change the Most High. No, it doesn't. So, my brothers and sisters, we wish that this has been a blessing to you. We wish that you continue to read, and we wish you to study, and then come back, and look for us next week. Until next time, shalom.